Yeah, it'll make it really easy. You don't have to keep using the keyboard. It also means that maybe on more virtual consoles or consoles that are further away from you, then you can actually, you know, sit on a couch and play with it. I'm good? Okay, cool. It's a short walk. You got a small house. But yeah, they made some big changes to endless mode and to items, specifically egg vouchers, which are very fascinating. Endless mode has been gutted, and I'm perfectly okay with it. To explain, if you guys remember those tokens that you would get after beating every 50 floors that were like, every move has a 10% chance to paralyze, or this Pokemon just takes 15% less damage, like all those really obnoxious, painful tokens that just make things not fun. They essentially nerfed the whole system. You still will have those tokens show up, but they are weaker and they cap higher. So overall, so for example, the older tokens used to be like 10% per token and would cap at 5, so it would go up to 50%, but now it's like 5% but caps at 10, so it'll still go to 50%, but it'll take way longer on average for it to get to that same amount. And there were some other ones as well, such as the Endure tokens here, Status Seal tokens. They basically nerfed the chances of some of these things happening. What does this mean? It means, one, you'll complain more about RNG screwing you over because you know RNG is lesser now, so you're just going to get hit by a 10% instead of a 20%. It just means that the overall potential of them is lesser, so hopefully you have better luck. It's still luck-based, right? 2.5% is going to hit you as much as a 50% chance or a 95% chance could hit you. It's RNG. That's how it works. The biggest change to me, and this is, in my opinion, the largest one, looking besides the recovery tokens and stuff like that, sleep and freeze tokens are completely gone. That's an enormous change. I think that's actually the most important balance change they could have made. Just having a chance to completely incapacitate you is not fun. Paralysis is like the next closest way that it gets, but it's like a soft debilitation, right? Similar to confusion, if you just got confused from a hit, right? You have a chance to just have a negative effect. Same thing with paralysis. Burn lessens your attack, poison is obnoxious, stuff like that. But freeze and sleep tokens being removed from the pool is an exceptional change, and I think needed to happen. Never really thought too much about it because I didn't like the tokens to begin with. That made it where every move just has a chance to have different effects, and then eventually started feeling like you got hit by an attack that has a try-attack effect on it. But I think if I'm going to have to keep all of these tokens, getting rid of sleep and freeze makes the most sense. They're just too absolute and require too many niche situations. Not talking about lumberers, I'm talking like early bird or insomnia or magma armor, stuff like this that just prevents sleep or freeze, for those not to just always have incredibly warping value. So I like this a lot. Like, you can take a look at the numbers. There's, all the tokens just nerfed across the board. It'll take longer for endless runs to get more obnoxious. The other thing that they did was a balance change update with the item tables. Now they're basically touching the vouchers, the egg vouchers. They've made them easier to find in exchange that you can't find the 10 ticket vouchers in endless mode. That's fine, right? You get those vouchers anyways by beating Eternatus every 250 floors, and you could do it for free in an endless mode by just taking something that can, like, you take a Steel Fairy type and you don't have to worry about it. Making the tickets more, it'll just make it more accessible. Like, for someone like me who is really far into the game, these, like, it's not going to be as big of a deal for me, but it is nice to have that extra grind that I can take, so if I feel like a run's going really well, that ticket slot is nice. Just have a nice egg voucher and just keep hatching that. It'll take an incredibly long time for you to get everything you need in this game if you want to perfect your Pokemon and unlock every Pokemon and stuff like that. So I think it's a null factor. It might get annoying for people who are veterans of the game, maybe because then egg vouchers start taking up slots, but I think it's a next to zero-sum problem for us, you know. You already get a lot of items that are not good enough for you. That's why there's one, a reroll button, and two, you just kind of deal with it. You can move without having to take something every single run or every single round. So overall, very good changes. It's much more beginner friendly, and endless. This is a good start to the endless balancing. I don't know if this is the only thing they're doing with endless. Maybe not. Let me check the roadmap. Will it make me play endless more? Maybe it might make me stick with endless for longer, just knowing, no matter what, like I said, 5 or 50% chance I'm gonna get cursed. But I think it will make me play Endless a little bit more now. Because even though Classic... I mean, the nice thing is it's twofold, because now Classic has, on average, a better chance of you finding tickets, so I can find more eggs in Classic, while then still getting a good grind off in Endless and finding Endless way less obnoxious. Sleep and Freeze was an instant dump of the run for me. Didn't like it at all. Even the recovery one is kind of... eh. So... these are very good changes, though. Very happy with them.